The historicity of the Kurukshetra War is unclear. Many historians estimate the date of the Kurukshetra War to Iron Age India of the 10th century BCE. The setting of the epic has a historical precedent in Iron Age. Vedic India, where the Kuru kingdom was the center of political power during roughly 1200 to 800 BCE. A dynastic conflict of the period could have been the inspiration for the Jaya, the foundation on which the Mahābhārata corpus was built, with a climactic battle, eventually coming to be viewed as an epochal event. Puranic literature presents genealogical lists associated with the Mahābhārata narrative. The evidence of the Puranas is of two kinds. Of the first kind, there is the direct statement that there were 1015, or 1050, years between the birth of Parikshit, Arjuna's grandson, and the accession of Mahapadma Nanda, 400 to 329 BCE, which would yield an estimate of about 1400 BCE for the Bharata battle. However, this would imply improbably long reigns on average for the kings listed in the genealogies. Of the second kind is analyses of parallel genealogies in the Puranas between the times of Adasimakrishna, Parikshit's great-grandson, and Mahapadma Nanda. Pargata accordingly estimated 26 generations by averaging 10 different dynastic lists and assuming 18 years for the average duration of a reign, arrived at an estimate of 850 BCE for Adasimakrishna, and thus approximately 950 BCE for the Bharata battle. B. Lal used the same approach with a more conservative assumption of the average reign to estimate a date of 836 BCE, and correlated this with archaeological evidence from Painted Grey where PGW cites the association being strong between PGW artifacts and places mentioned in the epic. John Kay confirms this and also gives 950 BCE for the Bharata battle. Attempts to date the events using methods of archaeoastronomy have produced, depending on which passages are chosen and how they are interpreted, estimates ranging from the late 4th to the mid-2nd millennium BCE. The late 4th millennium date has a precedent in the calculation of the Kali Yuga epoch, based on planetary conjunctions. By Aryabhata, 6th century. Aryabhata's date of 18 February 3102 BCE for Mahabharata War has become widespread in Indian tradition. Some sources mark this as the disappearance of Krishna from the earth. The Aihole inscription of Pulakshan II, dated to Saka 556 = 634 CE, claims that 3,735 years have elapsed since the Bharata battle, putting the date of Mahabharata War at 3137 BCE. Another traditional school of astronomers and historians, represented by Vrddha Garga, Varahamihira and Kalhana, place the Bharata War 653 years after the Kali Yuga epoch, corresponding to 2449 BCE. According to Varahamihira's Brat Samhita, 6th century, Yudhishthira lived 2,526 years before the beginning of the Shaka era, which begins in the 78th CE. This places Yudhishthira, and therefore the Mahabharata War, around 2448–2449 BCE. 2526–78. Some scholars have attempted to identify the Shaka calendar era mentioned by Varahamihira with other eras, but such identifications place Varahamihira in the 1st century BCE, which is impossible as he refers to the 5th century astronomer Aryabhata. Kalhana's Rajatarangini, 11th century, apparently relying on Varahamihira, also states that the Pandavas flourished 653 years after the beginning of the Kali Yuga. Kalhana adds that people who believe that the Bharata War was fought at the end of the Dvapara Yuga are foolish.